Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to another video on ForgottenWeapons.com. I'm Ian McCullum, and today we're going to take a look at a pair of secret police CZ-27 pistols. Both of these are pistols that are equipped with suppressors, and it's kind of cool in that one's Eastern and one's Western. Czech pistols like this, of course, have been popular with pretty much everybody. They were manufactured before the war in Czechoslovakia, and then they were manufactured under German occupation. And so we actually have one that's World War II production and one that's pre-war production here. And then this example is from the Polish Ministry of Public Security, which is an organization that only existed for a few years at the beginning of the Cold War. And they had equipped their pistols with an extended threaded barrel and an aluminum short little silencer or suppressor on there. Well, the Germans did the same thing. During World War II, the Gestapo used CZ-27s with extended barrels and suppressors, and then after World War II, the West German state secret police continued to use basically the exact same guns. So these suppressors were manufactured during World War II under Nazi rule, and then the same company actually produced another run of them for the West Germans after the war with just a few very minor changes. So this is a post-World War II Cold War German suppressor, also on a CZ-27. What's cool to me is that both of these guns do the same thing, but they do it in substantially different ways. So let's take a closer look at how these suppressors actually fit and work. So we'll start with the Polish pistol here because it's a lot more conventional than the German one. The way that we know this is a state police pistol, aside from the serial number, is the grip. There's this unique grip panel that was used by the organization, and so it's got this little star and initials there. So that's interesting just on its own, but then we have the suppressor. This is an aluminum-bodied suppressor, and it is threaded on reverse, so it's left-hand thread. Take it off here, and you can see that the barrel has been extended just a little bit, about a 1/4 inch, 5 or 6 millimeters. And the CZ-27 here is it's a fixed barrel pistol, so there's no recoil system to worry about, so these guns operate just fine with suppressors. You sometimes run into problems with recoil-operated locked breech pistols with suppressors, but not a problem here. The suppressor itself is designed using a stack of alternating baffles and rubber wipes. You can see that there's a crosshatch already cut in the wipe to help it open in the right way and avoid just blowing a clean hole through it. That's going to help keep your accuracy a little bit better while shooting through. It's really actually quite interesting how light this thing is. Not designed to absorb a lot of heat because, it's a Secret Service pistol. They're not going to be shooting a lot of ammunition through it. And then it can be disassembled by taking out these 3 screws, and you can remove the back plate. Now this is a very small diameter suppressor, but it does actually cover the sights just barely. And it's close enough that the Poles didn't bother to put new sights to raise the sights on the pistol or do anything else to adapt. You just kind of aim through the suppressor. The Germans, however, took a different approach. The German suppressor has its own sights on it. I'm sure that's not the most accurate method. If you wouldn't go target shooting with that, but it works just fine for a suppressed secret police pistol. The German suppressor is crimped on at the end. This is a non-serviceable unit, so inside it just has a series of sheet metal baffles, and if you manage to use it up, you just throw it away and get a new one. The attachment method is also quite different for the German gun. It has this knurled collar over a series of compression rings here. Once you unscrew this and loosen it, then these sort of flower petals can expand, and we can just gently, maybe, there we go. The belled barrel clamps inside this fitting, and when you tighten this down, it prevents it from coming off. It's actually a pretty clever little system. There's a notch in the bottom of the barrel right here. It's hard to see, but you can see one little light spot inside there. That's a matching lug that aligns the suppressor. And you need that because, of course, you need your sights to be aligned on the very top of the pistol. Once again, because this is a blowback pistol, it operates just fine with a suppressor. You don't have to worry about the weight causing reliability problems. And to install it, we're just going to slide it on there. It'll snap in place, and then we tighten it down. And there you are, good to go. Just for the sake of interest here, the markings on the German pistol, it's a 1944 production gun. It is Waffenamt, and there's our Prague manufacturing mark. Nothing on the top strap. The Polish service one has a slightly different marking style. There's a variety of different markings that were used over the course of CZ-27 production. And then it has the manufacturer's marks and the serial number up on the very top of the slide. So here we have the Polish suppressor disassembled. I think I said earlier you take the screws out. You can to take the back off. However, what you're supposed to do is take the front collar off. It's also reverse threaded, by the way, left-hand thread. Inside is a series of 5 baffles and 5 wipes. It's interesting to note that the first baffle is larger than the rest, so you get a little more volume to absorb that initial muzzle blast. And then 5 rubber wipes. The first 4 are about the size of a quarter, relatively thin. The last one is actually substantially thicker because its job is to more effectively seal off the end of the whole tube to keep the gas inside as long as possible, because that's what makes it quiet. So what you have here is just the baffles create a series of separated expansion chambers, and that's what makes it work. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed taking a look at 2 authentic suppressed secret police CZ-27s. I know I certainly did. I've seen some of the German extended barrel pistols before, but this was actually the first time I've seen one of the German suppressors in person. So interesting to take a look at the 2 different attachment methods and the different sighting philosophies and all the rest. Thanks for watching.